Hello everyone, tomorrow I'm starting my first week in hospital on placement for third year. We'll see how the week goes. Ready for placement now. I just spent an hour of my time studying and preparing for the day and looking some stuff up. I think we're collecting our official university medical student scrubs this morning, which is really exciting. Apparently they're convoy grey, so we'll see how that is. I've packed my trainers so that I'm comfortable walking around the hospital all day, and hopefully it's a good day. Here's what I'm taking today. I'm going to take this lip balm. I hate getting dry lips throughout the day, so that's an essential for me. Nice lanyard and my ID badge, and of course the stethoscope. We've got our own medical student scrubs, and here you can see me rocking the oversized scrub look. Time to head to the ward. Just got back from the hospital and it's now roughly 4 o'clock. Today started with induction and collection of our scrubs, which was quite brief, and then we went straight up to our relevant placements, and the morning was spent doing a ward round. It was on multiple different wards this time rather than one. Which is a change because of COVID. I'm not really sure why. It included going up and down the stairs quite a lot of times. But yeah, it was really good. We got to review lots of different patients, got to review the different causes of stroke and the management of that. And then I helped the junior members of the team do jobs like bloods, for example. And I got to do the first set, which was great, and it was successful, which is always really promising when you haven't done it in a little while. I also got to do a mocker on someone today. The mocker is a mental health assessment tool. There's a few out there. It's used for a number of different reasons, but one of them is confusion, for example, which you often see in hospital. So it kind of sees how they're doing and asks general questions like, you know, what's the date, what month are you in, asks them to recall 5 words you said 5 minutes ago, ask them to draw a clock face, and ask them to identify some animals on the test sheet. That was a good recap. The last time I did that was on one of my friends in our clinical skills teaching, which was way back at the beginning of the year, so it was really good to do that on a real patient today, and try and communicate with them and guide them through doing the test. Yeah, so good morning. All in all, I'm going to sit down to do some study now as we've got an exam in about a month, and later I'm going to go and do some gymnastics tumbling in a different town nearby. I'm going to try and join the cheerleading team here. I used to do cheerleading in my undergrad at Swansea Uni, and I basically started that because I did gymnastics my whole life, but there was no gymnastics team at uni, so I was trying to find a sport that combined the acrobatic and tumbling side of that. Yeah, and it was just a really good place to make friends and do something different outside of medicine. So I can't wait for that, and should be a good evening off. Just arrived in the clinic. I'm waiting for the doctor to arrive now. I think this morning we're seeing a mixture of new and follow-up patients, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Just finishing the ward, gonna go and grab some lunch now. But now off on a little cycle to stretch my legs and breathe some outdoor air. As the exams really are close, I'm going to try and be a good student and do a tiny bit more study before bed. last day of the week. Looking forward to the weekend, but a good first week placed in the hospital all in all. Time to cycle home now. Now that the week is over, I'm going to go on a beautiful bike ride in the wonderful countryside that we've got here in Swansea. I absolutely love getting out and about here. It's honestly so nice. If you fancy a peek into what we've got, have a little look at some of the other videos on my channel.